You and I know that Iron Maiden are one of a kind, but these 6 bands come pretty close with galloping riffs, epic harmonies and great vocals. So in this video you will hear about those bands and samples of their music. And stick around for the last band because that band made me feel like I discovered some lost Iron Maiden albums. But let's up the irons and dive in. The first band is Night Demon. Formed in 2011 in the US, they made 3 full albums. The last one, called Year of the Demon, came out in 2022. This has pure Killers era energy and gives me this Remember Tomorrow vibe. And I read somewhere that Metal Hammer said that this band is a total throwback to the early Iron Maiden albums. And by the way, I'm going to put a link for you to all the bands in this video in the first comment below. Starblind are next up. They were formed in 2013 in Sweden. They made 4 full albums, including the last one called Black Bubbling Ooze that came out in 2020. This has some prog-infused galloping somehow and feels a lot like Caught Somewhere in Time. This next band has one of the weirdest names that I've ever seen on a metal band. The Lord Way Slough Feg. And I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this right. But anyway, this band was founded in the US in 1990 and I think they made 10 albums. One of them is called Traveler and we're gonna hear a sample of that album. This has this harmonized riffing that screams for me the Trooper. And someone actually called this later day Maiden with Di'Anno vocals. Now before we get into the 4th band, I want to tell you this is part 2. There was another episode with another 6 bands that I made earlier, so I'm going to link to that in the first comment below. Back to the bands, we're talking about Livin Evil. They were formed in France in the early 90s, but they reformed in 2022. They made 2 albums and the last one, The Warriors of the King, came out in 2025. So this album is full of these kind of fantasy-inspired epic riffs, and they remind me a little bit of that song of Brave New World, The Nomad. Next up is a solo project called Ironflame that was started in the US in 2016. Made 5 albums already, the latest one called Kingdom Torn Asunder came out in 2024. This has galloping tempo and then breaks into a powerful chorus. Reminds me a little bit of the song Brighter Than a Thousand Suns of A Matter of Life and Death. Before we get into the band that made me feel that I discovered some lost Iron Maiden albums, I want to tell you about the brand new free Metal News app. In Metal News you get all metal news in one place, so you're always up to date with whatever is happening, tours, new albums, interviews and the works. It's available on Android and Apple and there is a link in the first comment below. But with that being said, we're heading to Greece for Stray Gods. Stray Gods were formed in 2021 and they made 2 full albums. The last one, called Olympus, came out in 2023. Seasons come and seasons go, and I still remain the same. Now I've got to ask, who's behind? Now this stuff just screams Iron Maiden loud and proud. And this singer, Arthur Almeida, he's from Portugal. He's also in a band that was in part 1 of this that is called Attic Demons. And I've seen some critics call this album Olympus pure post-2000 Maiden, but I feel it goes much further back, even back to Somewhere in Time. Did you know any of these bands, or do you have any other bands that sound like Maiden? Drop a comment below. And I make these videos all the time, so now might be the perfect time to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next drop. But if you want more metal right now, then here is part 1, the first 6 bands that I found that sound like Iron Maiden. And then down here, I went to see Iron Maiden. I saw them actually twice this year. And I was wondering, is this just a nostalgia band by now?